for tonight, aka Kerry Man from MCTV, Muck City TV to be exact. Today is the day that we will be adding on the women as a guest. This woman as a guest, I meant, to talk about women's sports. We're gonna kind of give, get her perspective on how she feel about, this and that. And I'm gonna give my input, but this is basically her video. So like, today is strictly gonna be on her. Now she should be down here at around 3 to 5 minutes or whatever from now. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to our channel. Y'all make sure y'all go follow our Instagram at muckcity.tv. She's about to start her own YouTube, so as soon as she do hers, I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm gonna drop her Instagram name once she introduces herself. So without further ado, let's get it cracking.
It's me.
From here we just record. Alright, so she's finally here, man. So I'm gonna give her an opportunity to go in there and introduce herself, shout out her Instagram, everything else that she got, and we're gonna get this video started. Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Jolisa. My Instagram is gonna drop the little handle. It's at Jolisa with 3 A's.k. And I'm here to give the women's perspective in sports and keep it real, keep it a buck.
Alright, man, so like we're gonna get straight into it. So the first question, not the first question, the first topic we're gonna get into is what?
Women's expectation to stick to girly sports.
How you feel about that?
It's honestly stupid. I feel like we can play any sport as women. I feel like we're athletically capable of like doing anything in this world. It's pretty obvious. I don't know why. I feel like that's just another thing that comes with capitalism, to be honest. Trying to hold women back.
How I could agree to disagree with that, only because, like I said, like men are expected to play football. Like women nowadays, they liable to play flag football or whatever. Like, all right, cool, you pulling on flags, but tackling, women really don't go for sports like that, like to go out there and tackle people and this and that, unless it's wrestling or whatever it is.
Girls tackle football though.
Yeah, they do, but
we be having a dog in us, bro.
It's very rare that you'll see that though.
Because they don't want us to play it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you won't see a WNFL. Like you'll see an NFL out there, and then like women don't have like a Super Bowl or whatever. Like they may not have playoffs or this and that. So I feel like it's a standard when it comes to that, especially when it comes down to basketball or football or soccer or whatever. Like basketball is like a women's sport and men's sport. Football kind of like towards a man, because we like to. That's how we show our aggression and stuff like that. We get like, let's say somebody make us mad on the field, we gonna want to tackle them. Women ain't gonna want to do that. See,
but that's what you think. I feel like aggression is aggression no matter the gender, honestly. And I feel like that term girly, honestly, that's just BS to me. Like you mentioned basketball, for example, when girls show passion in sports, it's seen as aggressive. Yeah. But if y'all go and talk y'all shit and block the ball or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's my dog, hype me up. And we no, keep that same energy with us.
No, but look, this is what I'm saying though. It's like when you think about it, right? Okay, a man showing this aggression on the football field is totally different from a woman showing it on the basketball court. Because at the end of the day, we tackle, we catch balls and this and that, try to go score, this and that. And you got players out there that be talking junk. Like, the same thing as basketball with women. I ain't gonna discredit, that women shouldn't be showing aggressive, like being aggressive during this sport or whatever, because you got to get a rebound, you got to do, shoot, you got to do this and that. But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah.
I feel like we can agree to disagree. I mean, passion is passion across the board.
It is, but
I just feel like the whole like girly thing, I feel like that's just a way for them to.
What you mean by
us.
Okay, so what you mean by girly then? Like, what sport you think?
It was their expectation of us only playing a certain type of sport, acting a certain type of way.
Which is
like you said, like guys take out aggression through football or basketball, or whatever, and that, like I said, it works for both genders, but that's not deemed as girly. what some people may see as aggressive for girls, I see as passion, and it's passionate for both genders. It's your passion for your sport. It's your passion for how you playing. Your passion, like, yeah, I just blocked you, and what? That's not being aggressive though, and that's why I'm saying.
Well,
like, we can agree
it get there. It get there. Though.
It can be.
It get there because
But it goes back to it, like, it's not being girly, and that's why we shouldn't play that sport. But that's why I said I disagree.
So you think women should play football?
I feel like we can, to be honest. There are, and honestly, there was a whole reality TV show about girls playing football.
It is.
I don't know if it's still on, but there was.
It is. But
Am I saying we should put
I used to get on
No.
YouTube. I used to get on YouTube and actually watch that type of stuff.
I feel like we can. Those girls be going crazy. They were tackling and everything. And helmets and all.
Okay, and look, and the reason why I say that is because think about this, right? We have a lot of stuff that protect us. Women only have the shoulder pads and the helmets that, yeah, all right, cool. But the men, we have things that protect our knees, our thighs, our shoulders, our head.
Right, and if they would let them play equally, we would have all that. But I mean, they're not gonna let women play football. They're not. The only way, like, and in the show, the women are playing football, but they're wearing bikini bottoms, and it's just like that's the only way people will tune in for real, and it sucks. But we can just leave it at they're really not gonna let girls play football for real. I think girls would be dope at it. Just like flag football, we could throw the ball, we could catch, we could.
Yeah, and that, pulling a flag from tackling is different.
I know it's different, but that's an example.
Because you think you could really take a hit in football?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
I
we can
don't
test
know.
this out. Next video. Next video. Test out Jolisa taking a hit.
I don't know about that one now.
Ain't no man gonna do it, though. Have a girl do it, not no guy. First, no, don't have a man try to hit me.
You know there's some.
That's fine.
I
know there's some big girls out there.
Okay.
That's why I said there's some stocky girls out there for real.
Yeah.
Like them girls who
But
shot put.
nowadays women are playing football though. You got a girl, I think she played college football recently, like a couple of years ago.
I think she kicked though.
Yeah, it was a kicker, but she still
that's
played.
That's still what's up.
Yeah.
I would be a kicker, cause there's like the chance of me getting hit is so low.
Well, you're right.
Only unless like
right.
I don't know if they're O-line or D-line or whatever, but only unless that person like jumps over and like grabs your foot or whatever. That's the only chance that
you wouldn't know how to kick. You gotta know how to kick.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I think I would be a kicker though. I feel like that's okay.
Okay.
In the NFL, definitely I can do that.
Okay. Alright. So the next one is
The next one is talking about female sports agents in the industry. How there's none. Well, there's really like one. There's really only one. Women's representation as sports agents in the industry. That's our conversation.
Do you feel like it needs to be more out there?
Yes.
Why?
And I feel like the only reason there wasn't to begin with is just I feel like it was made so unaccessible, to be honest. And one of the biggest ones, fun fact, is Jalen Hurts, sports agent, my man, because you know she's a black woman too. Her name is Nicole Lynn, I think. Her name is Nicole Lynn, and she was the first ever black woman and woman, period, to represent an NFL prospect ever.
Well, I don't know about that now, because Lamar Jackson did his mom like that too.
Google said.
Oh, Google said. Oh,
listen, first black woman to represent a National Football League draft pick.
Oh,
let's talk
about
about
her facts. But honestly though, Lamar did it too. That's what I'm saying. Like Lamar Jackson did it. Jalen Hurts obviously did it.
She was the first black woman to do so. And
then when you think about basketball, you gotta think about Kevin Durant, his mom.
Yeah, but they're not literal agents.
I mean, they not, but like this
is the first, this is her professional career. This is her field.
Oh, okay.
And she even and because he allowed her to represent him, her career took off. Now she represents a bunch of other big athletes too.
And that should make
she's president of an agency.
But that should make a name for all women though. That means that women should have that title now to go out there and actually get that title.
Well, yeah, she definitely opened doors for women, but before her, it was little to none. Or it would be like you said, like athletes' parents.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, now, back then or whatever, you wouldn't see too many women going out there doing that though. You would see like more men out there doing that.
You don't see, but we don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
We really don't. But
you know how corporate
for
America
what we
is.
For what we see on the internet, on YouTube, on sports networks, all that, NFL network. I mean, you see the agencies being men now. Well, back then, You see more women doing it now, you know.
No, because of people like her. The doors, it's hard. And the thing is, there's probably been so much of a fight behind closed doors that we don't see. There's always so much that we don't see. So I wouldn't say just because you don't see it doesn't mean they're not there or they're not working their way up to getting there. But I definitely think it's needed. Honestly, why can't a woman represent a man?
She can. I feel like she can, and I'm speaking
And some
as a
men will
man.
probably argue that it's a conflict of interest, but you just don't know how to respect a woman in a professional environment. Then.
Honestly, then like if it get that far, that means that you missing business with pleasure, and it shouldn't be that way because at the end of the day, I can't hire you if I'm intimately attracted to you.
Well, no, correct, but some men will argue that that's the reason why women shouldn't even be in that space because like that threat of like, oh, well, I feel like I need to go there with you. That would be the BS end of the argument.
But you know, as an agent, as a woman, sometimes feelings do get attached. Sometimes.
But you don't think that works for men who are representing female athletes? It can work both ways.
It can.
Professionalism is professionalism.
It can.
But I'm saying that's a big factor, and I think why women just weren't allowed in those spaces. They're gonna see it as a liability when honestly anybody can be unprofessional, anybody can break code, anybody can break contracts.
True, and I understand that part too. I'm not discrediting women. We need more women agency out there, especially, you know. But you know, I feel like it should be more out there. It just now you won't see too many women out there doing it because they're not really pursuing it how you know that other woman did. Like
Nicole Lynn.
Yeah, Nicole Lynn. All right, she. I feel like she made the name for women to do it, but are women out there really, you know, making it, you know, happen for themselves? Like, all right, she put her foot through the door, but now it's up to the other women out there that want to get that job or that title, to you know, make themselves known.
Correct.
So. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I love to have a woman that's my agent or whatever. But
you love to have a woman.
Yeah. yes, I would love to. But hey,
I'm gonna hold you to that. Okay.
If you get into it, maybe I'll hire you or whatever.
I love sport. I like to watch sports. So I'm not into sports management.
Oh man. Okay.
I'll send you some recs though. For sure. I'll send you some recs and they always gonna keep it professional. But yes, my next topic to discuss with Tamaric Best is the salary. Tamaric Best is the salary pay difference between the WNBA and the NBA. If you don't like what I have to say, facts are facts. And I'm gonna speak.
This is the topic that we could definitely have a debate on. I'm gonna let you start it off though. Go ahead.
First of all, I want to start by saying that so many people don't realize like the difference in the pay is literally insane. The average pay for an NBA player is $7.5 million.
It is.
The average pay for a WNBA player isn't even $1 million. It's like $128,000.
Yeah, understandable. But for the past what? I want to say for the past 2 years or whatever, women have been getting recognition with the NBA, the WNBA, because they just got put it on with the NBA 2K. Like that's one way of supporting it or whatever. So their salaries should be going up now. However, back then I wouldn't know because I wasn't really watching it, and my sister just gave me a good thought or whatever, because she was like she's not really interested in women's sports like that. I wasn't interested in women's sports, but now that I'm in college and I feel like okay, I play football, so you got all these other women athletes out there like basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever other sport women play out there. They come to the football games and they support us for almost all year, even if we winning or losing. So I feel like to reciprocate the same energy, I started doing that once I got to college. But before then, I wasn't really paying attention to women's sports like that. So they are getting recognition now, so their salaries should be going up right now.
Should be, but it doesn't mean they are. And I honestly feel like that's a lot of people's reasoning because they just weren't introduced and I feel like they weren't in an environment that really promoted that. Even in a lot of high schools, like unless that women's sports team is winning, they're like people aren't gonna come to the games. They're not gonna be advertised as equally. You can have a football team at a high school that sucks, but people will still go to the games.
Yeah.
Same for a basketball team, same for any male sport. But as soon as like the girls aren't showing out or whatever, and maybe people just aren't introduced, don't know about the sport or aren't interested, it's like raps.
Look at Serena Williams though.
But tennis, women's or men's already has a big audience.
Yeah,
in the US and overseas too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's a woman that's, you know, got multiple.
We're talking about the WNBA.
I know we are, but I'm saying though, like, you know, I get it. Okay, so if we compare, what's the woman name is from the Aces?
Aja Wilson.
Yeah, Asia Wilson versus LeBron. Because if you think about it, those are two champions or whatever, or Stephen Curry or somebody like that. Like, okay, yeah, she should be getting paid more than what she should be doing, like right now.
And endorsements should be rolling in too.
I feel like it is. If you ask me,
Not enough.
Not
I
enough.
Still think it's not. It's never gonna be like equal or enough for me. If we're being real, it's not. It's not, or at least not that it's never gonna be equal. It's just not equal right now.
It won't. It'll never be equal. Cause you think about LeBron, he got multiple shoe deals. He's
a man at the end.
Yeah, he is, but I'm lost. But nah, for real, cause it's an interesting topic right here. It's like when I feel like WNBA players are not getting the recognition. By the way, speaking of the Aces, we just had a home like from my city. We just had a lady on there. Her name is Wakana Williams. She just won the championship not so long ago. Go on my main page and look at that video. I got almost 12,000 views on it. So y'all go check that out, check out our highlights, and keep it moving without further.
But I was really gonna spit some facts on you though, for real.
Go ahead.
Do you know when the NBA was created? The NBA was created in 1996. No, that's a lie. 1949.
Okay.
1949.
Okay.
The WNBA was created in 1996. Thank you.
It hasn't
even been around that long.
19
So,
what now?
1996. My brother was born in 1996.
Okay, I was born 5 years later. I'm 20.
Which is insane. So imagine all the women who are balling out in high school, college. Their dreams, raps. There was no professional league for them to play in.
Nah, for real.
Maybe overseas, but never here.
I mean, overseas, that put you on too, though.
And but why is there a league here for men to play anywhere in the States, but I have to go overseas to make money and play the sport that I love? Which introduces me to the next topic. The next subtopic.
We're gonna stick to this one right here,
Okay,
just like you just said.
Yet,
like you just said.
But the word overseas introduces our subtopic.
Honestly, man, you make money on the road, to be honest. But that depends on how you balling though. Cause
on the road is different than overseas.
Well,
on the road is like when you say on the road, it gives me in state. It gives me in the U.S.
It's the same thing. I mean, cause if you gotta catch a plane, you gotta do this and that. You still on the road. You
don't see LeBron having to play overseas in the offseason to make ends meet.
Because it's LeBron.
You don't see any other NBA player who's in the NBA, like actually. I mean, you make bread from the jump.
Hold on.
Even like a first year player is still making more bread than a WNBA player.
See, now we got an argument.
You do not see them playing overseas on the off season to make ends meet.
Now we got an argument.
So many women, so many WNBA players have to play overseas to make ends meet on the off season because the WNBA does not pay them enough here.
And you're right. Man, look, think about players that's not even on the NBA roster. They just like on the practice squad or whatever. Like they got to get there to get there. That's just like the NFL.
Like, got to get there too, though.
I mean, but though.
And when you get there, you're on a bigger stage too.
You know how hard it is for both men and women to get on a WNBA or NBA team.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, he's still in an NBA atmosphere. He's still around hella sponsors.
But you got to think about it. Brown went to the NBA straight out of high school, so that's another athlete we talking about. If we talking about like Steph Curry or somebody or whatever,
he went to college.
He did go to college, but at the end of the day, like the boy made a name for themselves just as well as women did too.
But it's easier for them to make a name and make the bread to support the name for themselves.
Okay, how much do you think women should be making a year?
They at least need to be in the millions. They're not even touching the millions. The average is like right below 200K. Mind you,
And I agree.
their faces are everywhere. They have championships. They're selling their jerseys, all of that. But 200K, and you're in the WNBA, like one of the biggest platforms of professional sports for women, and I'm only making 200K.
Okay, how many endorsements?
And that's average.
How many endorsements you see with women nowadays? Well, WNBA. How many endorsements?
And the thing is, to get like heavy endorsements, you have to be a top player. You got to be a Diana Taurasi. You got to be a Skylar Diggins. You got to be a Aja Wilson. And sometimes they get Nike depending on what team they play for.
Nike a big company though.
They endorse players though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a big company. So
And then if they win a championship, they put you on the Wheaties box. Nobody buys freaking Wheaties.
I mean,
but it's still an endorsement.
Yes, you can pay it from that. I think it's, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's somebody in the NBA, the WNBA, that's nearly touching the mill. I think it's somebody.
The highest paid player makes $252,450 a year, and she's on the Las Vegas Aces.
Well, I'm talking about like not like how much you make yearly. I'm saying like the money that's saved up right now. I'm pretty sure.
But why we gotta save up to hit millions? Why can't I make millions from jump a year?
Contract extensions might be, a thing for women now.
I've never seen it hit the millions ever, which is disappointing, honestly. But speaking of overseas, one of the reasons, like, I feel like having to play on the offseason overseas puts you in danger for injury, and it also like puts you in danger for instances like Brittany Griner. Not to say what she did or anything was right, breaking their law or anything like that. Not getting into the whole deep, not getting too deep into the topic. But what I will say is that if WNBA players made bread, she wouldn't have to go to Russia to play. And plain and simple, she wouldn't have had to put herself in that predicament.
And they held her for a little minute for that too. Just because of what, a vape, right?
Yeah, it had like weed levels in there or something. Not weed, but like before weed is weed.
But at the end of the day though, bro, like
it's huge disparities on our end.
Yeah. Women,
and you can't even justify it for real.
Can't.
It's just no.
At the end of the day, man, women, her situation, where she was when she did that. Russia. See, that's
but that was political too.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it was racial, it was political, it was all of that. But I'm talking about not even getting too deep, just plain and simple. If they didn't have to play overseas in the off season,
she would be in a better predicament.
Probably wouldn't happen.
As well as LeBron. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But I feel like they ain't sad enough.
And I mean, no, and even down to like the networks that the games show on.
Women's sports do not show up on TV.
No, they don't. You have to have like a whole separate like streaming or programming service. They make it difficult in order to tune in to the WNBA or a lot of women's sports in general.
However, like outside of the NBA, WNBA talk, women pop up on TV like pointing back at Serena Williams and her sister. When he went at it in the tennis thing.
U.S. Open.
Huh?
That's how I know he don't watch women's tennis for real.
No, look, cause I thought I thought she was looking outside. My bad.
No, I was looking at you.
But yeah, that right there, and to see like two sisters going at it for a championship, for a title, this and that, I feel like they well paid.
Yeah,
they show up on TV. They do this.
But tennis, there's a bunch of rich people behind that sport. So you're never not gonna make bread in tennis.
But how many women behind that sport though? Besides those two.
Naomi Osaka.
Is she paid?
Yeah, no. Naomi Osaka's a top player. What's the other one?
But she ain't got. I don't think she got nothing.
Coco something. No, she has a good title. She has a bunch of Grand Slams. She's beat Serena Williams before too.
Not for the title though.
Not for the U.S. Open title, but in another competition. There's different competitions.
I mean, yeah, but I bet that title, most likely that game right now was not on TV. I'm pretty
No, they're always on TV.
I don't see it.
Exactly. That's part of the problem. You don't see it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. They
Because
make it so difficult to watch any women's sports. Even volleyball, for example, there's like the amount of like professional leagues for volleyball is so slim, and they're all overseas. There's like one professional U.S. volleyball league, and you have to pay like a whole separate service to watch it. So after college, honestly, for most like volleyball players, it's really it. And then if you play professionally, like you'll probably play the Olympics for a few years, but that's it, which is still amazing. But there's not like a whole like National Volleyball Association, different teams in different states. Like none of that. It's just they just haven't put women's volleyball on that stage, and it's just.
See, I can't argue with the volleyball part or whatever because I don't know too much about volleyball like that. I practiced it in the gym when I was in high school, middle school, but as far as like. I mean, it's not real volleyball, but I know what an overhand is. I know what a spike, all the rest of that. I know what that is. I just never really, yeah. I had a girlfriend that played volleyball or whatever, so I had the sport.
But how she played volleyball and you didn't understand how the game worked?
Cause she never really said nothing about it. So.
But you didn't like display interest.
But that's when I had a coach that taught me what it was like.
What it was like?
Yeah.
So you know. Okay.
I don't know too much about volleyball. I'm so serious. I don't know too much about volleyball. I just know how to hit the ball, make it. Hey, if you go in between these lines or whatever, you get the point.
No, if the ball touches the floor on one side, you get the point.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying but you got to do it in between the lines though. Like these lines.
Well, it has to be in.
Yeah.
If it's outside of this line, it's out.
It's their point. Yeah, it's their point. The opposite. Yeah, I know about. Yeah. See.
I mean, it's more complicated than that, but yeah, you got the gist of it.
Yeah.
So yes, and this is our last topic, I think. No, I think
got more than that. I think because you got to think about. I'm gonna cut this out. The one where men only support women because of what they wear.
Yeah, that's our last one. Oh. Yes. So I think our last topic is like the hypersexualization of like women's sports, like in general, like down to the uniform, honestly. And since we were talking about volleyball, we can definitely start there. I played a bunch of sports over my life. I was a gymnast when I was younger. I stopped gymnastics, which is honestly sad because I feel like I could have went to the Olympics. But I went from gymnastics to dance. I danced for like 12 years, which honestly, dancing is a sport. Argue with whoever, dancing is a sport.
Anything that has anything to do with a competition, you competing with somebody, I feel like it's a sport, just like cheerleading, because
cheerleading is most definitely a sport. I ain't cheer though, but it's definitely a sport.
Yeah, because like most people nowadays say that cheerleading is not a sport, and however, myself, I growing up, I thought it wasn't a sport as well.
When you get older, you mature though, and you realize that
the
athletic capability you need, that's a sport.
Both of my sisters was cheerleaders and on top of friends. So, I looked it up like, okay, anything that have to do with competition is labeled as a sport,
I support that. But yeah, I danced and then I played volleyball for like 10 years. I played volleyball for a long time. That was my main sport. And then I ran track too, but like, yeah. But volleyball, like our uniform is literally spandex and a jersey, which it's comfortable. You can move in it. You don't have to wear spandex, but it's universal. I mean, it's universal throughout middle school, high school, college. And I feel like volleyball, even beach volleyball is literally like a thong bikini and a bikini top. And I feel like you kind of have to wear it in a sense, like it's mandated by the National League, like you have to wear that. And I just feel like it's so hypersexualized, and I feel like that's part of the reason why people watch it. Granted, a lot of people do watch it because it's an amazing sport. Mm-hmm. There are certain college volleyball teams that they bring out more people in their arena than other sports, than other male sports, honestly, or other sports in general too. They sell out arenas because they have, because they have a big following. But I just feel like the sport in general, like I've literally heard guys say before, oh, stuff, why we going to the volleyball game to look at to look at girls' butts. I just don't. I'm sorry, I can't.
You can, but it is.
That was a little.
Yeah. It's what it is. But
definitely to just look and objectify women, and I just don't like that because there's so much talent in those spaces. In track too, in track, like in college track, we be wearing the damn bikini bottoms.
not even track. Well, not even just college, because high school, you know, all right.
It's spandex.
Yeah.
It's literally spandex in the jersey.
Everything is the same to me.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like, you know, men do that, whatever. You know, I couldn't do it because, like I said, I was in a relationship in high school. So if I was going to the games to do something like that, it was because I was going to watch my at the time girlfriend. so like, I mean, but I did go support though, just like I do now with the women's basketball. Like FIU basketball, them girls don't get enough support.
They do
like
not get enough shine. They don't.
Nah, they don't. And we got some really good girls here, like for real. Like honestly, you go to a men's basketball game, especially here at this school, packed. I'm talking about like nobody really, like everybody heard about it, but then when you think about the women, oh, I got class, I got this and that.
And
like,
it's not even their fault because the program, whoever's in charge of like scheduling their game time screws them over so bad. And that goes with other girls' sports too. How are you gonna put a girls' basketball game on a Tuesday at like 4 p.m.? People work, people have class, it just doesn't work. But you're gonna put a men's basketball game on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday, or even a Saturday at 8 p.m. There was one time where there was a girls' basketball game on Saturday at 12 p.m. I don't even wake, like I wake up at like 11:30 on a Saturday. We sleep in. I'm just like, you can't even, like, how you gonna get an audience out to support these girls if you literally setting them up like that? Any other male team in the school, they all play at night and they all play on games where there's not a lot of classes or people. They all play on days and at times that are more accessible for people to go and support.
Well, you right.
And they advertise y'all more.
You right. Well, women have the way these sports out here have Instagrams and stuff like that that have like thousands and thousands of followers. So they make a little three, or women ain't not that dunking now. They ain't not that dunking.
Why gotta be a little three? It can't just be a three.
They can make a. They can make a three or whatever. They can lay a ball up, do this and that. Crossover, anything.
They could do it all, to be honest.
Yeah, they could do it all. They could do it. You know, women basketball is the same as men. You know, men just overly hyped. You know.
Right, because y'all don't.
Huh?
Because y'all don't.
Oh.
Because y'all don't.
I mean, but that's what brings excitement to the sport, though. Like, if you dunking,
but that's not all that brings excitement, and that's another reason why I feel like guys don't tune in to like watch girls basketball. Oh, they not dunking, so I don't care. What?
Nah.
I've seen some girls block the stuff. I don't have because I can't curse. So I've seen girls block the. Can you just like bleep over it?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen some girls like block the shit out of another girl and be like, "Yeah, what's up?" Da, 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 da. Like I feel like that's excitement for me. When you cross somebody up, when you make somebody break their ankles, that's excitement for me. It's not all about dunking. I feel like dunking gets old after a while. But yes, it takes skill. But I feel like as a woman, since all of us can't dunk, you have to show out in other areas.
Yeah, you're right.
For example, you guys should watch women's college basketball. That LSU versus SC game, we get into that for real because them highlights was crazy. Them girls show out. And that's an example of like two programs that I'm not gonna lie, people really come out to support them girls.
Because
it depends on the program.
Look at what type of school that is versus the type of school.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a bigger school. I mean, but some big schools have like volleyball or basketball games for like girls, and people don't come. So it just depends. It depends on the program and how good they are, and et cetera, et cetera.
When we think about FIU, Florida International University, on both campuses, well, we actually got more campuses because we got two in Florida and one in DC, right?
It's not a campus though. It's just like an office. Oh, it's nice, but it's just a little office.
When you think about FIU, the school that we both attend, they don't advertise as much as they do for football. Football and I would say this: football at every school bring in all the money.
I wouldn't say every school. We could Google. We can't Google.
At every college, right now, even including high school, including high school. Football is the most. Football bring in the most money. Why you think? Why you think so many fans be coming out watching them games? Well, not here because we don't have too many people that come out here, but. Yeah, am I right?
College overall, like throughout all colleges, it's football. But I wouldn't say
that's what
every
I'm
college.
saying.
But
That's
I
what-
wouldn't say it's every college. No.
That's
I
what
would
I'm
not
saying.
say it's every college though. College basketball is right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No, it's
is.
not. What
March
is-
Madness brings in $1 billion to schools across the nation. What you mean? I tune into March Madness more than I watch football.
I mean, yeah, obviously, you got to think about it though.
Obviously, it's crazy.
You gotta think about it though. Like at the end of the day, man, who pay attention to March Madness nowadays?
Ooh, they gonna come through in the comments.
I don't care.
People be having, oh my God, I don't know what it's called, but like it's like on an app where people literally like set up their roster on who they think is gonna win March Madness.
Mhm.
I even do that. March Madness, what you mean who tunes into March Madness? March Madness is a big deal. You may not watch basketball, buddy, but
I watch NBA
we do.
basketball.
We do. Y'all tap
And
in.
if it
Yeah, y'all tap
ain't,
in.
I ain't even finna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it.
March
buck.
Madness is crazy. The upsets.
Yeah.
The upsets, like an underdog school could beat Duke. Boom, out of the lineup, not even number one. March Madness is crazy. That's
You know the last time I feel like March Madness was lit was when Future came out with a song March Madness. That was the last time it was lit to
you need
me.
start watching other sports for real. Football is consuming your life. I need you to free yourself.
Listen, I don't watch as much football as I should.
You need to watch other sports though. Free yourself, please.
I do. I watch women's basketball.
But
Now-
you need to watch just basketball in general. The fact that you don't watch at least March Madness is crazy. You should watch women's basketball. Women's college basketball is dope.
Okay, March is around the corner, so
It's about to start. March Madness season is coming.
yeah. So
So.
you know, I don't know, man.
And I will say though is that with women's sports, even like our seasons, like how like when our season is a setup too.
Huh.
Like volleyball season is, first of all, volleyball season is short as hell. It's only from August to December. And then basketball season,
That's for once.
that's short. Basketball season has been going on since like November.
So it's football.
Besides the point. Besides the point, I just feel like the timing of how they place our seasons and the games is just not likely for people to come either.
Okay, all right, and I could agree to that. Because track is the same thing. Track start in the winter, you know, but football and basketball still be going on around that time, especially the teams that's in the playoffs or liable to go to the playoffs. So now more people are tuned into basketball and football. So, of course, volleyball, women's basketball, tennis, or whatever other
Don't
sport.
forget softball.
Yeah.
We gotta touch on softball too.
Of course, those sports that I can think of right now is not going to touch base on, you know, the NFL or the NBA because this is around the time that playoffs really start or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and the NFL and NBA are like two of the biggest like
yeah.
like
So
national sports.
you
teams
so
ever.
and then at that, when you think about it, those games right there, once they done playing, the next day they popping up on what ESPN or
Sports
whatever.
Center.
Like yeah.
Sports Center.
So. And women basketball in college do get exposure though when you think about it, cause they pop up on ESPN too. I be watching ESPN. I don't care.
Depending on the school, depending on the program, yes. Lately, like the girls, like I feel like girls have been balling out so much and like really expanding their game that it's hard not to love them.
They put a name for this.
Like
That's
SC,
what I'm saying.
if y'all don't look up South Carolina women's basketball team, they ball out in all categories. They got some tall ass girls on that team.
Yeah, they do. They got some trees on that team though.
No, this is one that she's 6'7" in the paint. But she can shoot too, like she's a shooter. Like imagine like somebody 6'7" just like over you. Like
Well, I
you
wouldn't-
can't move, no layup, nothing. Like she's just boxing, she's just standing over you.
I wouldn't
That's
be,
crazy.
I wouldn't be guarding nobody like that.
It's
Like honestly, I
crazy.
wouldn't be guarding nobody like that. Like for real. Like
No.
what I look like at 6 foot guard somebody 6'7". Like you really up here and I'm down here.
I just stopped playing basketball though. It was just not for me.
I stopped playing after my
Too
sophomore year.
physical. I began.
Yeah. But that's women's basketball is more aggressive than men's basketball though. Yeah,
Don't say aggressive, say physical.
Well, it's the same thing.
Don't it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
It is.
I disagree. Agree to disagree.
How?
Being aggressive and physical is not the same thing. I feel like aggressive has such a negative connotation to it, like as a word.
Okay, all right. Let me rephrase
So
that.
I said like they're really physical.
Yeah, they're making the NBA soft nowadays, especially
Especially when you're a big name player. Like,
Bro,
I'm sorry, Braun.
You could get tapped like this,
Like,
and
Braun?
they could like they flopping.
They're such crybabies, and I'm like, okay, y'all gonna play or what?
They flopping nowadays. So they might as well hit a backflip and fall.
But no, honestly, they're like annoying about the girls too. They be throwing texts out for the girls. Like, for example, if I block you and I stand over you and I'm like, yeah, tech, like what? That's crazy.
So if you see
That's
that,
showing passion, bro.
if you see
That's
that,
showing passion. Or I'm gonna watch you be like,
listen.
yeah, Nick.
If you're
Yeah.
sitting there, if you're sitting, you mean to tell me, man versus woman, or let's say we the same gender or whatever.
Mhm.
You block my shot. You stand completely on me. Yeah. What? I
Not
blocked your
like that, but I'm gonna be like, and like walk away. Like,
shot. I mean, they do that or whatever, but like
guys do that too, or y'all do that little stare off. We do it too. Be like, that little stare, be like,
that ain't no tech, dude. Like they ain't gonna
People
call no tech on that. They ain't gonna call
They
no tech
do
on that.
that, though.
I don't think they gonna call no tech
they
on that.
do that though.
But look,
Unnecessary conduct.
Nah,
Technical
look. You mean okay? You block a shot and you. Yes, yes. I'm calling the tech on. I don't care what ref it is. I'm calling the tech, bro. But yeah, man get tattooed. You look at Steph Curry. He get technical fouls every game.
But I feel like in the
Throwing that
NBA,
mouthpiece.
you gotta act to get that foul too. Like, it's like you gotta act. Like sometimes they'll shoot a three and somebody's like blocking them and they'll fall and they'll be like, and then, you gotta act to like try to get that foul too. Back in the day in the NBA,
Oh yeah.
man,
Oh, yeah.
they used to get in fist fights. They
Yeah.
used to be.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
used to be fighting for
That's
it.
why I say they making sports soft nowadays,
Most definitely.
especially with football. You can't touch a quarterback any way you want. You can't touch a quarterback like this without you getting a flag.
I'm
You
being
can't hit a
real.
quarterback right here without you getting a
I
flag.
can't even say too much about football because I really only watch on the Super Bowl.
But I'm saying though, like let's say Patrick Mahomes would have got touched any kind of way, right?
His ankle should definitely be broke from the Super Bowl.
Whew.
I wanted them to get it again. I was like, get it again.
Yeah.
Break that man ankle.
You know he on the investigation with that too.
Yeah, I know, because they done drug that man up. He came out the locker room happy as hell. I'm like, they pumped him up with about 4 shots and some extra tape.
Yeah.
And then they ended up winning. But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's man's sport, so
Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about that.
All right. Well, anything else you want to touch base on before we end?
I just want to end with this, saying that softball is a really amazing sport. They don't get enough recognition either, softball. And they don't even have, I don't even think they have a professional, like, women's league.
I looked it up. They actually do.
They do?
They actually
It's new.
do.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
It's actually very new. But I'm not going to lie, girls softball, they ball out.
Yeah.
I even wish I would have played softball. I think I would have done great. I'm not going to lie to you. But what I don't like about softball is that the field is smaller. They decided that because it's a women's sport, they want to take the field in. It's not as big as a baseball field, which is crazy because I could run the baseball field bases. It's not hard. Softball bases are like a skip and a hop.
You know how
It's
big those
ridiculously
fields
close.
is, though? Those fields is really big, though. Like, for real.
And
Man.
anybody can run them damn bases. And on top of that, like, if y'all, a softball is different, you know what? Patience. Because a girl's basketball is different than a guy's basketball. So, whatever.
Which it is.
We're going to just leave that one alone.
Which it is.
We're going to just leave that one alone. But why we got to throw underhand? Why do we have to throw underhand? Which, anyways, I feel like since girls
So you
throw
think-
underhand, it takes more skill. And it's it's actually worse for your shoulder. Or I feel like y'all should tune into softball.
Look at how much they get paid here.
What?
Softball.
Well, remember, they just started their professional league. So, like,
But I'm saying,
I can't even. All right.
we really see how much they get paid yearly. Make sure y'all go to follow her Instagram.
Not even 50 grand a year. Lawyers make more. $23.15 an hour, $926 a week, or $4,013 a month. Rent in some states is above $4,013 a month. You see the BS?
No, that's crazy. I ain't trying to laugh, but that's crazy though, bro.
Mind you, you dedicate your whole life to this sport, and you can't even get the opportunity.
50 what now?
Not even 50 grand a year. The exact number is $48,160.
That ain't even a full-time job. Like, that's part-time, if you ask me.
No, people make that in a full-time job. That's just a shitty wage.
Like, bro.
You can barely make ends meet with that in this economy, if I'm being real.
And then that is short-lived, though. So, because, like she said earlier, like, it only lasts 4 months, from August to December. So.
No, there's softball season isn't August to December. It's volleyball.
What?
Their season is different. Their season actually just started for college at least. It just started. So yeah.
I'm wrong. Anyway.
Hold on. Let's clarify. We gotta get the facts straight. Softball season is January to May. So the season just started. So January.
Well, 5 months. Well, it's still 4 months. You ask me, because you really don't count. You aren't supposed to count the month that it starts. So 4 months. It's still 4 months.
Wow.
It's still 4 months. You ask me, that's still 4 months. But, like I said, because this video is getting posted tomorrow. Like, I'm going to edit this tonight. So, y'all watching February 23rd. We making this video February 22nd. So.
It's Black History Month. You can't do too much to me now.
Huh?
It's Black History Month. You can't do too much now.
You're going on Instagram. I don't care. And you getting tagged. So
That's
follow.
fine.
So
it
follow.
Might be funny.
So follow our page.
At Jolisa 3 A's JOLISAA.K. It's very simple.
All right, man. Look, like I said, I ain't gotta do an introduction no more. Look, it's the boy Kid Man from MCTV. Y'all make sure y'all go follow our page, follow her page as well, and we out.